Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another episode of Reinventing the Meal. We are making something astonishingly simple today. Literally, it's like 3 ingredients. We're making Cacio y Pepe, which literally means cheese and pepper. Think of this as like a Roman mac and cheese dish, and the staples of this dish are the fresh cracked black pepper and the cheese and the pasta water. If you are following this recipe, under no circumstances do you drain the pasta water. You need this for this recipe. Do not, if you drain the pasta water, just X out of the video and just don't try, because you need that. So for the ingredients, you're gonna need some spaghetti, or if you wanna be super fancy and you can find some bucatini, go ahead and buy that. You will need some fresh cracked black pepper. Absolutely do not use that pre-ground like powder of black pepper. We're not using that here. I know we used it before, but you cannot use it in this recipe. If you're gonna use already ground pepper, just don't even fucking try this recipe. You will obviously need some salt, and for your cheese, you're gonna need some pecorino romano. You can also use Gran Padano in this, or you can use Parmigiano Reggiano. As long as you find one of those super nutty, sharp, good cheeses, you're solid. But today, we're using pecorino romano. To start our very, very basic prep, you're literally just gonna grate up some of your cheese. I used about half of the triangle that I bought. If you're already crying because you don't have a cheese grater, I don't really know what to fucking tell you. What are you doing? Go buy a cheese grater. Anyway, once your cheese is grated, go ahead and put that aside. In a pan that you're gonna set to medium heat, you're going to go ahead and grind up some of your fresh black peppercorns and not the ground up stuff. I would just say keep grinding enough of those peppercorns until the bottom of your big pan there is like lightly covered. That seemed to work for me. So, I mean, if you want more pepper, you can have more pepper. If you want less pepper, have less pepper. And then once your cracked peppercorns become like beautifully aromatic and delicious and toasted, you're gonna turn off the heat and you're just gonna set that aside, leave it alone for now. This next part is super important. This is the pasta making process. I know most people just, you know, water pasta, call it a day, but no, that's not what we're doing here. You're gonna fill your pot with water and you are going to put a very generous amount of salt in your water. I cannot stress enough how important it is to salt your water on a regular basis, but if you're making this dish, like, you absolutely must salt your water. I mean, you obviously salt your water to give your pasta a better flavor, but in this case, we are also using that golden salty pasta water as part of our sauce. So you you need it, like, you really need this. Anyway, once you have super salted your water and your water has come to a boil, go ahead and put in your pasta and leave it in there for however long the package on your pasta box says to leave it in there for. If you're not cooking your pasta al dente, I'm only judging you a lot. When your pasta is about 1 to 2 minutes from being done, you're gonna take a little ladle full of that pasta water and you're going to toss it in your pan with all of your cracked black pepper to kind of reawaken it and get it ready to emulsify with the rest of the pasta. And then once your pasta is done, do not strain it. Do not strain your fucking pasta, please. You're gonna take your pasta directly out of the water and then into your pan where you have a little bit of your salted water and your cracked black pepper, and you are gonna load it up with your pecorino romano cheese or whatever cheese that you picked. Put your pan on low to help bring it all together, and you're just gonna stir it until it all combines and comes together. If your sauce is looking too clumpy because of the cheese, that's when you also add more pasta water. And on the flip side, if your sauce is looking a little too runny, just go ahead and grind up more cheese and you're good. Once that is nice and combined and smooth and creamy, you are just gonna plate it and maybe add a little extra cracked black pepper on top with a little extra cheese, and that is it. It's literally like 3 ingredients and you can impress the shit out of your friends with it. The only other times I've ever had this dish was at restaurants, so I'm like really excited that I made it homemade this time. God damn, this is fucking good. Dude. Oh my God. You got that nutty, rich creaminess from the cheese. You got that awesome little bite and like aromatic from the black pepper. Perfect amount of salt from that salted pasta water. It's really not hard. Please make this. I'm so happy right now. This is incredible. That's it for today's video. Appreciate you watching. I'm gonna go finish this up and have a drink. I recommend you do the same, and I'll see you in the next video.